Just 9 responses, 9 out of a population of 13,000. The Central Australian Aboriginal Congress did a survey recently and found that between 70 and 80% of young Aboriginal children living in the Northern Territory suffered from malnutrition, partial blindness, ear and mouth infection, dysentery, and other preventable diseases. That could be a statistic from Africa or India, but it's not. It's from lucky Australia.
In the heart of Australia, it's 21 after 5. And due to the recent wet conditions here in the Alice, the Aboriginal Health Centre down in Hartley Street still requires blankets, foodstuffs and children's clothing urgently. Anybody who can help, please take these items to the centre in Hartley Street. So if you have some spare blankets, foodstuffs or children's clothing that you can help out with, please drop them into the Aboriginal Health Centre in Hartley Street.
Unlike South Africa, Australia keeps its secrets well. You don't see camps like these in Sydney. For 2 days, a child lay in one of them, heaving with bronchitis and without food, while the club members discussed the state of the green. When I wrote about that in a Sydney newspaper, the letters poured in and said I was a liar. Listen, mate, they said, that simply couldn't happen in Australia.
Just a little wee are you? Did you nothing today? We are. Nothing today?
No, nothing.
No more, no more, correct?
This is damp as hell.
Lady's leaving me.
Yeah. Well, listen, we'll bring that car back here in a minute to pick us up and take us up there. There's plenty of food uptown, all right, and bring us back again. All right? This is a typical camp around Alice Springs, but this one's right under the nose of the Alice Springs Bowling Club and all the white people, and they see the Aborigines, but they don't see them. They're there, but they're not there.
So the city fathers and businessmen and all those people, they belong to that club.
They belong to that club. And not only Alice Springs, but Australian society is bowling over there. And some of these kids don't have haven't had anything to eat for 3 or 4 days. Everybody's wet here, and they've had these tents here. And if we didn't give them the tents from the Central Australian Aboriginal Congress, they'd have nothing. They're spoiling the view. They don't want them around the place. Yeah. They want them out of sight and out of mind, you know. Yeah. They don't care where they go, as long as they get out of here. Well, they just got nowhere else to go but down the creek. But they come from the creek.
The creek's full of water.
The creek's full of water, so what they're going to do is they're going to just stay here and just go down to another spare block, you know, get it booted from one block to another.
A few Aborigines, like their nationally respected leader, Charlie Perkins, are able to make it. Unlike the indigenous people of South Africa, who are the majority, the Aborigines, of whom there are only a few thousand, have little hope. Overlooking Botany Bay, where the first Ockers landed, is this migrant hostel named after Captain Cook's ship. And here lies the new paradox of Australia. Since I left, nothing good has happened to the Aborigines, and yet there's an indefinable hope, almost an excitement here. In these modern caring hostels, a far cry from the old Nissen huts, are no longer faces from the squalor and despair of Britain's slums, but faces from elsewhere. Without crisis, Australia is very